Watch this, your shots feel weak, because your shoulder and hip are fighting each other. This one fix makes them move as one. A huge number of players struggle with dead force in their strokes, and the reason is simple. They don't know how to use their body. Today our main focus is exactly that, the body. Specifically, we're looking at the relationship between the shoulder and the hip, and how to coordinate them. For so many players, these two are completely disconnected. Let me show you why that disconnect happens and what it looks like. Here's what goes wrong. You load your hip first, but then when it's time to rotate, you pull your arm back a second time. So you get this 1-2 sequence, load, then pull, and suddenly your body can't keep up. The shoulder and the hip must face the same direction at all times. Watch, when my hip points forward, my shoulder points forward. When my hip turns 45 degrees to the side, my shoulder is right there at 45. When my hip faces fully sideways, my shoulder faces sideways. When it turns to the back, my shoulder follows. Side, front, the shoulder and hip cannot separate. They move as one unit always. Now here's the problem most players have. Either the hip stays frozen and you drag the shoulder back on its own, watch, see how my elbow ends up behind me, or the shoulder and elbow both lag behind the body. The other version of the problem is this. You go 1, 2, 3, and then you simply can't rotate in time. The hip controls the body. The shoulder controls the arm. If those two can't come together, then naturally your body and your arm both fall apart. The elbow is critical here too. Why can't you rotate in time? It's exactly the reason I just described. I'm taking what looks like one whole movement and breaking it apart for you. Your problem is right here. During the backswing, your arm pulls back as a separate, independent action, and then the body tries to drive the arm in a second backswing. That's the disconnect. That double loading is what tears the timing apart. Next, so the key point is this. Watch my shoulder, my elbow, and my hip, they move together. Now let me ask you a question. Does the body follow the hand, or does the hand follow the body? Think about it. If the hand pulls back here and the body chases after it, that's body following hand. But the correct answer is hand follows body. Why? Because the body's range of motion is large and slow. The hand can be quick and precise. If your hand arrives first and then your body catches up, the body will always be late. But if the body leads and carries the hand, everything arrives together and fast. So here's what we need. After the ball comes, your shoulder, your elbow, and your hip are one family. Watch, I go forward together, I turn to the side together, I rotate back together, I move to the side together, I push forward together, I go up together. Let me do it slowly so you can really see. Now, don't rush into free play right away. You won't feel this coordination in a random rally. Use a ball machine or have someone feed you one ball at a time. Feel the coordination on each single ball. Then gradually add a little speed. Once this movement becomes muscle memory, then you can move to continuous single ball rallies. But if you jump straight into fast rallies before the pattern is locked in, you'll never have time to complete the motion. Then follow what I'm describing, one ball at a time. Get the body in front first, then rotate through. Use multi-ball feeding and work through the sequence. If you want to get the body involved in your strokes, do it this way. For players who are even more basic, if your body doesn't move at all yet, just shadow the motion first. Mimic the shape, then swing. Mimic, then swing. Keep doing that until it clicks. Trust me, just commit to this path and you won't waste time going down the wrong road. Put body coordination on your practice schedule. I'm not asking you to swing with maximum force. I'm just asking you to unify your hand and your body. When you combine them, you get more for less effort. Your arm doesn't have to flail, your body adds real power, and the whole stroke comes together beautifully. After that, now let's talk about the loading direction. Against topspin, you load forward forward. Against backspin, you also load forward. There is no loading upward. Even on backspin, the direction is forward. You don't squat and rise. If you load upward, your whole structure falls apart. Let me demonstrate the correct standard. The key idea behind loading is that the direction is always forward. Against topspin, you rotate back and then load forward. Back, then forward. Back, then forward. Against backspin, you sink down and load forward. Sink forward, sink forward. The intention must always be toward the ball, toward the table forward. We are not going up and down. There is no squat and rise on topspin, and there is no squat and rise on backspin either. Here's your standard: on topspin, back forward, on backspin, down forward, never down then up, never up then down. That pattern simply does not exist in correct technique. If your body is bouncing up and down, you're unstable, mistakes follow. You can't be jumping around between shots. Keep your feet grounded. Kill that bounce. Remember the body state I just described. The loading direction is always forward, never up and down. Moving on, you might not realize you're bouncing. Most players can't see it in themselves. Let me show you in slow motion. After you loop from back to front, when you move to the next position, keep your body gliding along as if you're skimming just above the floor. Watch, I loop, then I move and plant. My center of gravity stays at the same height. I move again, plant, same height. Move, plant, same height. See the pattern? My head never rises or drops. To maintain this, your knees need to stay bent. For older players or anyone with knee concerns, a slight bend is enough, a gentle crouch. What you absolutely cannot do is straighten your legs and then bend them again, straighten and bend. That up and down pumping is exactly what damages your knees. The repeated vertical loading puts tremendous stress on the joint. So stay in a consistent crouch. Older players, a mild one. Younger players, you can sit a little deeper. Stay in that crouch and move. Watch, no matter how my feet shift, my upper body stays level. Let me rally a few to show you. The legs stay stable underneath so the upper body can stay stable on top. It should look like my feet aren't even moving, that's how smooth the transfer is. Now some players lock their feet because they feel rushed, they feel jammed. They think skipping footwork saves time. But that's a vicious cycle. No footwork means poor position. Poor position means you're late. Being late convinces you there's no time to move. Break that cycle. Crouch, stay low, rotate and loop, rotate and loop. Now watch, when a short ball comes, I step my left foot forward. Notice my center of gravity. It presses forward, I don't bob up and down. On a short ball, I press my weight forward. On a normal rally ball with lateral movement, I keep my center of gravity level and shift horizontally. Short ball, press forward. Long ball, glide sideways. This is critical. Every step you take should carry your weight forward or across, never bouncing upward. There is no squat and rise. There is no vertical pumping. Next, here's the test. After the ball arrives, if your knees stay level, watch mine against the table edge, you'll find yourself calm, composed, ready to play the next shot cleanly. The moment you start popping up and squatting back down, that's when knees get hurt. Staying genuinely low protects them. So remember, load forward, never upward. Keep your knees bent and your center of gravity steady. Practice that body coordination on its own before you rally, it will transform your game.